Welcome! Woo! Welcome to episode 2 of Empyrean Rising with my beautiful and glorious cast. Let's go ahead and get our quick introductions out of the way, starting with our lovely Maggie, who happens to have a little bit of cold, so please excuse their voice.
What are you talking about? I sound totally fine and totally normal.
You poor baby.
You're bullying me. Hi, my name's Maggie. I play Sybil. My personal pronouns are they, she. And yeah, you can find me on the internet at Thor Magnarok, where I do stupid things. Are you raising your hand during my introduction?
Maggie, I have a question. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I have a question about the cough. I have a question about the cough. Can you cough twice and say I have the black lung as part of your intro?
Why?
It's a if you didn't get the reference, then that's fine. Anyway, check out the reference. If you got that reference, good job. Bye.
Oh my god.
I'm happy for this. That's all I have to
black
say.
lung.
I'm fine.
They're not dead yet. They're getting better. Bringing us around to the fan of the Black Lung, Fleet. You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted because I'm eating oatmeal and I don't want you to hear it.
I appreciate that so much.
Hi everybody, my name is Fleet Dietrich. You can find me at Fleet_Dietrich. I am a game designer, and I'm here with Altered Echo Archives to fight God and impress Evie. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I play your kind doctor. Not really a doctor, we're a veterinarian, and I am here for the rats.
Yeah, the rat conspiracy, the great rat conspiracy of Isonbridge.
I tell you, they're trying to get rid of them, but rats, they're very polite. They are very dignified creatures. They should be respecting them and not trying to get rid of the rats. That's all I'm saying. And I know that they're doing it. I know that they're trying to today.
Today.
What if they bring the black lung?
What if they bring the rat? That's true. That is true. Okay, I'm not gonna nerd out on why like modern witches are associated with cats due to the Black Plague and rats in Europe. But what?
We all know that was Zoolander, right? That cough joke. We all are. Have we seen
yes.
Zoolander? I'm worried now. Okay, good. Thank you. I wanted some kind of validation.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna skip right over that entire nerd diatribe of mine. And Alina, go ahead and introduce
Hello,
yourself.
I am very serious and definitely not silly at all. I am Alina Pete. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Kale, our very fussy tea shop owner, who is about to get in way over their head. You can find me online at Alina Pete. I'm a cartoonist, I'm a writer, I do some game stuff. Check me out.
Yay! And then, of course, last but not least, Extel, the wonderful, the mighty.
Hello, I'm Extel. Pronouns are he, him, so is my character, who is Jax, a chaotic warrior who needs no weapon. You can find me on Twitter at Xtro the King, where I tweet about all the stuff I'm involved in, and I cannot wait to get in there and just, cause havoc wherever I go. And I also agree, the rats will one day rule us all, so... Yeah, there we go.
Very true. Very true. I am the game moderator Evie, also known as the Disaster DM or Disaster GM, one of the directors of Altered Echo Archives, and I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a brand new rat plot line to this particular game. To give a quick little bit of a summary, this is a Cypher systems-based game. So I, as the GM, will not actually be making any rolls. That is entirely on my beautiful cast. So you will hear different terminology than you may be used to in some other APs. I will also occasionally be clarifying some rules because we do have a couple of new players. I apologize if I misquote. I did misquote on a rule last time to give a reminder to my group. The special roles do extend from 17 through 20. But 17 and 18 are specific to combat because they give you extra damage. 19, you are allowed a minor effect, and 20, you are allowed a major effect. So that was a my bad on last stream. But with all of that said, we don't have a lot of announcements over on the AEA side, so we will just kind of ease right back in to Empyrean Rising. When last we left off, the group had encountered each other, met to an extent, after one of them jumped off of a cliff, and reunited reunited with our wandering veterinarian. They discovered that there was some weird rumors going around the city-state of Isonbridge while kind of chatting and getting to know each other in the tea shop that Kale runs. Through exploring, yes?
I would like to qualify that statement by saying that I brought Jax in and was like, please, everyone ask him every question you possibly can, because this is the third cliff he's jumped off today. And
Yes.
that is what you mean by talking. And Jax, if you haven't gone to see the VOD to see Jax talk about why, I would.
Oh, yes.
Because there's a lot of
beautiful.
gold there.
Oh my god, there's so much gold. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
wild.
it. I love it. You are a wild man. You are a wild man. But yes, so getting to know each other through tales of cliff jumping, bear fighting, and attempting to pawn a cat off on a tea shop owner. There was the brief rumor or assumption that something was going on in the city. There wasn't a lot of town criers out moving around. No one really was able to tell you why, so you wandered in the approximate direction of the District of Blue Water, which is the Venice-like surface water settlement part of the city. It is one of the nicer districts of the city. Yes, Fleet.
I didn't ask this last time, but how gross is that water?
Pristine.
Because it's okay.
Like
I don't like the rich.
Yeah, like mysteriously pristine.
Okay. Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like, this is nicer water than a lake should have. Lake Welkin, at least in this area, is like crystal clear, which as a wanderer, you know that there's generally some sort of natural muck in there, generally speaking. Like there's mud, there's silt, there's algae. This is like you took a filter to it in this entire area. But when wandering, they did, after interrogating a couple of guards on the rat conspiracy and claiming that the guards were really just out there to kill rats, they did discover that one of the research houses of the academy that is based in the District of Blue Water had a giant tree quite literally grow up out of its not really raft, because the buildings do go all the way down to the lake bottom, but out of its column and take over a good portion of the corner. And through the prior discretion of Sybil, found an underwater tunnel that you were able to enter this particular building from. As you exited, however, from a supply room, you exited directly into the damaged hallway, where this tree had grown, and there was much more greenery than just the tree. And almost immediately, someone noticed you being in the hallway that you were not supposed to be in, and turned around from having taken samples, and looked at you guys and goes, "Who are you?" And that's where we're dropping in.
Right.
We've been sent to assist with the research.
And then they look you over. They are obviously wearing some form of protective equipment. They've got gloves on, they've got a smock of some kind, they have cloth to wrap over their face and not breathe in whatever is going on here. Sybil, you know from having been in this building before that every room requires you to wear some form of this style of equipment. Some of them even have goggles to protect your eyes or entire netted hoods to put over your head. You guys are very much not wearing that. So you can tell from prior knowledge, Sybil, without even having to roll, that the look of confusion and suspicion at that claim is probably because you are not dressed appropriately. But they do just kind of stay quiet, staring at you, and they're reaching for something behind them.
We'll subtly give Sybil a little bump in the ribs.
Yeah, we are. So we've been sent here to assist, and we kind of got a little bit lost. The guards gave us a little bit of trouble getting into the building, so we're obviously like not completely decked out. Yeah, what's up? What's up?
I realized I have a skill for this
You
that
do?
I did not realize I have. He's holding a plant, right?
I hope
Next to a
he's
plant.
holding a gun.
Next to a plant. He's reaching for something that is behind him on the table where all the samples are. But right now he's just kind of got one empty hand and the other one is behind him.
What is he being suspicious about it?
Yeah, is he
Being suspicious about like reaching, like
About like
it's kind,
yeah.
like it's one of those staring at you, obvious suspicion, and then kind of patting behind him, trying to grab something that he can't see. So it's not really even trying to hide it, it's just eye contact, and the creature that is threatening me in the wild won't attack, and I'm trying to find something behind me. That type of look.
Got you. So I start bending down, and I'm going to take some of the plants, and I'm going to just speak about the plant expertly. Like there's no doubt in their mind that we belong here because we know too much.
So you reach down with your bare hands and touch one of the plants as you're talking about them.
Well, that's the idea, is like I'm trying to get a better look, or like, is it on the table? Like,
well, no, there is a table, and that's a good,
with the sample, right?
The sample table is probably a good 15-ish. It's just out of like that short distance. And I hope you guys can't hear my dog squeaking his toy in the background.
I only want to hear that.
It's very good.
Hold on a minute.
Let's actually pause the game.
But so that's a good like
I see.
15
Okay.
feet away. But around you in the hallway is rubble and various like mosses and plants that very much should not be growing there, that have grown out from the tree.
Okay, so I'm a dumbass, but Kinder is not when it comes to plants, because Kinder is a botanist. So
Okay.
Kinder is going to bend down and is going to look at the plant. I don't think Kinder would touch it until they know what it is. I am stupid and I would get poison ivy.
Okay, so go ahead and make your roll in regards to talking about the plant. It is not obviously poisonous, so you would be able to touch it. It is going to be a task difficulty of 5, currently to just kind of expound on this plant that is not in its native area.
Okay.
Can I assist? I'm going to try and draw the attention to me so that they don't shoot Kinder or whatever he's reaching for.
Shoot me! No, please don't shoot me.
Okay, so you are assisting with the distraction of
Yes.
that, which brings
I'm
the
sort of-
But I believe that the role that you are doing, Kinder, is, are you attempting to distract, or are you attempting to just talk and talk?
I'm attempting to bore them into submission with my plant facts.
Okay, so we'll do a DC 12, so difficulty task of 4 for how much knowledge you are able to spew, and then a difficulty 15 distraction, which is eased by 1, and so thus just 2 rolls at 12 or better, because you are being assisted by Kale, who is trying to also be distracting.
Okay, great. Oh.
And I have turned to Sybil and be like, yes, you said that your supervisor said that we were supposed to come down here and study the effects of the atmospherics on this area. I don't really know what that's all about, but I do know that the pay is very good. What is it we're supposed to be doing again?
And so
just generally bullshitting and trying to make it sound like we've been paid to come down here and be exposed to whatever is happening.
Okay, so we've got you claiming distraction. Sybil is saying, yeah, we had some trouble with the guards. We're not dressed appropriately, I know.
We're so sorry. Yeah.
And then Kinder is making a couple rolls for their own distraction to just kind of overwhelm this poor researcher.
Do you know,
only
like,
one.
they're in like a radio play, there's like folio sounds and it paints a picture. I think we're trying to do a folio like play of a group of plant professionals. I think we're doing like the weaving sounds what plant professionals would be like, but only with our mouths. You know,
Okay.
We don't think it's a big idea or a big deal that we're down here.
Okay,
We
so
should be down here. We know so much about
painting
plants.
it's a
Super casual.
soundscape. Yeah, it's a fucking soundscape that's hitting this man.
So, since Kale has indicated that their actions and speech are in an assisting fashion, I want those 2 rolls from you, Kinder, and then I want a deception type roll from you, Sybil, at difficulty class 4, so 12 or better, again, because you're trying to lie, essentially. Kinder at least knows what they're talking about with the plants.
I am trained in botany, so I think it would also give me, it would drop it down, right?
That brought it from the 15 down to 12, or because...
And the 20 down. Okay.
Yeah, so like
12,
for the audience, every task
17.
difficulty class, you multiply by 3, and that's what you have to roll on your dice, your d20, or better. You make your rolls easier on yourself by going, I have this skill, or I have this thing, or I'm going to spend an experience point to make this easier on myself. What was that roll, Sybil?
17.
17. They easily believe,
She's,
especially
like,
with
fully
this,
crying.
Yeah, this like diatribe going
She's
on
like,
around
I'm so
you,
sorry, we're really
like this like explorer-looking person with their bag and the like official outfit next to you, rambling about being paid to be down here, and then Kinder just going off about this plant. What were your rolls?
I got a 4, and I got a 3.
Don't listen too closely to what they're saying.
No.
So,
Wait, I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So my intelligence pool is 17. Can you please remind me if I can do anything here to anything?
Okay, you can have expended effort to make the role easier on yourself in the aftermath, I will say that you just happen to be smart enough to know, at least I'm not poisoning myself, but I've never seen this plant before, and I am just shooting shit off in my mouth. So you know, you know that you have no idea what you're talking about. But
God, I believe it.
Well, no, you know that have no idea what you're talking about and that you are lying out your ass. But go ahead and just make difficulty task 3, so 9 or better, to recognize the plant now. And this is to give you information that you missed when you just kind of went in on it.
It's a 3 again.
Oh, no. Great. We need better dice.
Do you want to use one of your experience points to re-roll?
I'm not a coward. I'll take it. Hit me.
Okay.
I imagine that you say something and I know exactly what it is, and Sybil just starts talking louder and it's like, no, and we're so sorry.
The plant is connected to the ground.
You have no idea if you've ever seen this plant before. You have no idea if you've ever seen this plant before, but you're making stuff up. And then Sybil right next to you is just like talking louder and crying, and we've got Kale trying to look super official of we've definitely been paid to be here, which has definitely distracted them, and they really do believe that the guards gave you too much of a hard time for you to properly suit up, and they look horrified because you are touching it with your bare hands. Like, they have stopped reaching behind themselves, and they look horrified. Stumble forward a little bit, stuttering. Don't touch. Protection, don't touch. I don't. How are your hands? Are you rashing? Are you rashing? How are your hands? Are you rashing yet? Your hands are fine.
What do you mean? What do you mean yet? I'm sorry. What do you mean yet? Can you define what you mean by yet?
Sybil takes a big step away from you.
They just kind of.
I have a spare pair of gloves if you need them. I hold up my very gloved hands.
I already touched it.
Did you not put them on yet?
I already touched it.
Cleansing station. 10 feet that way. Cleansing station.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Keep an eye out, and I turn to Jax. Keep an eye out if they have any rats in cages, and I'm gonna turn and go cleanse my hands off.
Yeah, so it is a very obvious, multi-step washing station. They've got a couple of wash bins that have different solutions in it. Some of it, one of them even smells like distilled vinegar to help sanitize your hands. It's a full setup, including lemons to scrub with salt to get stuck on stuff off of your skin. This is a full setup.
I'm just missing some booze, and I could make something.
Yeah,
some.
Yeah, definitely. As far as you can tell from your medical expertise, what you have of it, as far as you can tell, you're not having any type of adverse reaction.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I am the adverse reaction, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're watching between the three of you that are still there and Kinder that has gone off to full on medical scrub up.
Do you happen to have any spare protective clothing available? I only have the one set of spare gloves.
Yes, those aren't gloves. Okay. Looking directly at you, Jax, and realizing that the blue hands and arms are not gloves. Oh, did you touch something?
I want to make it clear that Jax has not has locked eyes with whoever it was that started reaching behind their back, and has not stopped staring at them the entire time.
Yeah, it's the same researcher. They have not even realized that you are doing the bodyguard protection thing. They are still in a slight panic. See that your hands are blue, realize that they are not gloves, and then goes, "Did you touch something?" And then just wide-eyed stare at you, keeping a
No,
good
I
like
was
6
born
feet of
this way.
distance. Okay. All right.
Would you like to
Sometimes
see?
that happens. Sometimes that happens. Yes. So this way. Yes. Protective. Everything. Some people are reacting strangely to the plants, and it's just very important to not touch it
Strangely
with your skin.
how? That's part of what we were sent to discern.
One person felt like it was burning them, and then they burned stuff that they touched. It was very, very strange, which is why gloves.
They burned things that they touched.
Acid burn, whatever was left on their hand got, and they're like burning, and they're being treated right now.
Oh, that does sound very nasty. Acid burns take forever to heal.
Yes, they do. Who are you again? And they're like just kind of shuffling toward one of the still intact supply rooms, not the one that you guys came out of.
That's
and-
classified.
Oh,
Good. I look horrified. I look to Sybil, and then I hear Jax, and I just give it like, yes, correct, sort of nod.
Sybil looks up at Kale and just goes like was in the process of saying I go to school, and just goes, I am not allowed to tell you that actually.
I am going to put my backpack down and start getting out like a notepad and some rope.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Kale, actually, do you have the non-disclosure agreements in there? We could tell them if we have them signed.
The guards took them. They wanted to verify their authenticity.
Sure, I guess. So I am so sorry. We won't be able to tell you exactly who we work for, but I assure you we have been cleared. Obviously, we're here. So thank you so much for understanding. I know that we're a little late.
Briefed on the situation.
Yes, okay. And you have very big hands. Normally our researchers aren't beefy. I'm sure I can find
It's
I can
fine,
find
I'll
one.
pull it out.
Even
And they're
oversight,
just
honestly.
and they're just like shuffling through
Fan Jax.
like
I think you have a fan.
an entire room of setup stuff, and like there are goggles
He's oblivious.
that all have like the different tints to make it easier to see in certain types of lighting. They've got a variety of gloves that are both wrist length and elbow length, smocks, and a number of like sample containers, like sample bags, sample tubes, etc. Smocks of all shapes and sizes, some like full-on treated leather coats for when you're dealing with stuff that can do more than just like splash on you. So you are in the midst of anything that you can fully set up, and the closest thing that you can find that's going to be able to fit not just your big ol' fighter hands, but your probably equally muscular forearms would probably be a set of welder's gloves that they've got in there, if you so choose to grab some, Jax.
Jax only grabs goggles.
Because they look cool.
Yeah, it's precisely. He was like, "Oh, these are, put
So
them on."
So do you grab the yellow tint that's better for outside, or the smoke tint that's better for sudden flashes?
The smoke tint.
Okay.
Looks cool.
All right. So whatever you guys happened to collect, you can also mark down on your character sheets in your equipment for if you so choose to take it with you. Because at least for the moment, you have managed to masquerade as officials of some sort of researcher or research department.
I fully suit up.
Oh,
I've got like the
right,
tire on my
yeah.
face, the goggles, the smock.
Yeah.
I've got my own gloves though.
Yes.
While everyone else is like suiting up, Jax, he just picks up the goggles and then puts them on, and he turns to whoever's been talking to us the whole time that we ran into, and it just goes, "Now, no more questions about who we are. It's highly confidential. If you want anything, you're gonna have to talk to your higher ups, and I'm not even sure that they're gonna tell you. We're here on explicit business, and we cannot tell you what. We just ask that you do as we ask of you, and there'll be no problems."
All right, I'm going to need a difficulty 6 task, either deception or intimidation.
Can I help?
Yes, you can. That would ease it by 1.
Good.
That would ease it
How
by
are
1.
you gonna help this situation?
Yes, I would love to know how you're helping, but if you are assisting even just
I
by
can't
like
give a
nodding
boost.
along,
Yeah, I'm giving the guard a withering stare. Like, how dare you question us? Of course
Okay.
we're supposed to be
I'm
here.
not making eye contact. I refuse to be a part of this.
yeah. So like your
I
friend's
do a very
assisting.
threatening glove snap.
Okay,
Very threatening glove snap.
the 2 of those combined will only ease it by 1, which brings it down from an
Okay, still not
18
enough.
to a 15.
Cat with me. I have a cat with me. I can't do this. I'm not
You,
threatening.
you can put in
I think there's a
effort.
trend here.
Yeah, you can put in effort, or you can basically do a reroll with a what's it called, with a experience point if you have any, or if anyone has an ability to make things easier on you, that as well. Do you have anything having to do with social situations among your skills?
Nope.
Nothing that's gonna help you?
He's not social.
Good.
We
Perfect.
equipped. I
Good.
think there's a trend here because
These
I rolled a
conversations.
3, right? So like,
Oh my god.
No.
There's no way that
You're
you're gonna
not
lower it that far. There's no way that you're gonna lower it that
Yeah.
far.
Baby.
Holy shit.
Drop
I've
it,
been
baby.
trained in
Okay.
persuasion. If I could help, if that would do it.
Well, at this
Otherwise-
point,
he's still just 100% serious too, as he says
yeah,
it.
no. At this point, it's like
Oh.
this, like just science-y researcher that is helping you guys get suited up, and then has what they probably just assume is your muscle, like going, "You can't ask about this," blah, blah, blah. And they look extremely skeptical. But you are very, very strong looking and probably twice their width. So they're going to at least be quiet for now. The rest of you can tell that they are not convinced. But they're also not going to risk getting smacked.
I'm going to try and distract them from this by just being, who else is down there currently? We're not going to run across any other parties, are we?
The look down.
We have a variety of people doing research, and there's a fellow that's likely to come by and pick up the samples and like a tray. Do you not want to be found?
Is it
And like is
researchers
staring
who
at Jax.
will hire out for some of the laborers?
Hire out what? I'm sorry, you actually broke up.
Oh yeah. Is it only university personnel down there, or did you hire out for some of the research done in the smaller tunnels?
The researchers are all part of the building. We don't normally hire out for in our research facilities. And just looks very confused.
Well, that makes things simpler then.
If I may, you've been incredibly helpful. And Sybil kind of like walks forward a couple steps and like tries to like take their arm and like kind of maybe shuffle them out of the room. Be like, I appreciate your assistance in this matter. I will brief them in the general practices. I will make sure that they are respectful of the space as we are taking samples. But you've been lovely. We will be in touch. Thank you so much. And she turns around and just tries to go back to the group.
So there's like, it goes from kind of wary watching Jax and Kale and Kinder slightly as they were talking to them, and then kind of looks at you and starts taking a closer look at you, and you can see that moment of recognition before they just kind of okay, try not to touch anything. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
promise you that's not gonna happen.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And they're like mumbling to themselves, I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I don't need my career ruined. I don't need to know. And then they just keep walking.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, thank you. Sybil turns back to the group and is like, okay, so I would like to remind you all that I do go to school here. So like we can't actually break anything.
You go to school here.
No, shut up. Yeah.
I mean, like, will you still, if there's a giant tree, like, just like in the like,
I mean,
is that, how does that?
There are other buildings, Jax. This isn't the only building. This is like
What?
the library, I think, isn't it? Like,
No, this is the research center. It has a library as well,
This is
but
research
this is the research center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they different schools,
like
or are
I
they?
have no. Like, do you know how buildings work? There are. You can have one thing that's spread out over multiple buildings. I go to class in like a different building, and I come here to do research sometimes, but we are in an area where I am not typically allowed to be. So if you guys would just kind of,
So we
be
should
cool?
not get one out.
I mean, less that and more of like, please don't hurt anybody.
They won't
Like-
they might be sore, but
I live
Listen.
here.
They're also just doing their jobs. If they attack first, maybe okay. But we cannot instigate.
It
How
is a
about we
tree.
follow-
Why are we being attacked?
How about we follow Sybil's lead while we are on campus here?
Why are the rats being attacked?
Okay.
Do you ever ask that? Why are we being
there are a
attacked?
couple of-
Sometimes there's no reason.
Oh my god.
There are some wings that we're not gonna go down, actually. And I don't mean like speaking. I mean like there's literally like a hallway that I'm just not gonna take you to. You wouldn't like it very much.
now I'm more
I just-
interested than ever. Yeah.
Yeah, what hallway is this?
The one where they
Please
keep the
don't.
rats up. Obviously.
So you admit it, they are keeping the rats there. They're keeping them somewhere. You admit it.
Not all of the rats. What? How did we, guys?
Yes.
You're here so that. I mean, I'm here so that I can watch Jax interact with like.
Then let him interact. Why are you
town?
telling him not to fight?
I'm telling. Oh, that is such a good point.
Yeah, I have a degree. I've done the schooling. I know what a thesis is. You're not the only smart kid in the room, you know?
Please
I've
don't
done
hurt
my
any-
time.
anybody. That's
Okay,
all.
I
Either
promise-
way.
Please don't hurt it.
I promise I will not punch
Anybody?
someone unless they give me a reason to punch them.
You can do more than punch. I know that just by looking at you, and it
Sometimes
stresses me out
bite.
that you narrowed it to punch exclusively. That you're not gonna punch exclusively. I feel like that means you're just gonna kick someone instead.
I mean, I could.
Do
but
what you must. Do what you must. I just wanted to put that back in your head that like this is my kind of actual life here. And if that goes away, I don't really know what I would do. So like please don't. Please don't.
Come on.
Okay, this is a great plan. So looks.
Can we touch
visiting
these
on
plants?
this.
now?
Sure.
What precisely are we doing here?
You want to
I
do
had come to see if they had hired any of the street children to work down in these dangerous tunnels, and it seems that they have not.
Don't pretend like you do not know why I'm here. It's because I need to see if they are trying to poison those rats.
That's
You
true.
know, don't pretend. Don't play this game with me. I need to make sure that they're not harming the populations in their area and also getting accidentally other animals. I have a legitimate reason to be here. I promise. I'm not just super into rats. There's more to it.
I just followed you all, you know?
And I love you for that.
Yeah. Tunnels? Are we gonna go into tunnels? I'm down for
Going to
tunnels.
the tunnels.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coming down.
Yes.
So, so you guys have been kind of not necessarily arguing, but conversing, squabbling,
disgusting.
well suited up and ready, looking back out into the tunnel. The researcher is like kind of huddled off to one side of the hallway and is just like head down, getting samples, putting it there, very, very strictly not looking in your direction. The combination of Jax and then whatever they might have recognized has them going, not my business, I don't want to know.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, what would you like to do? Are you going to go check out the tree further? Are you going to investigate further into the research center? What's your plan here?
I actually want to check out the tree more. I wanted to climb it earlier.
So you're just gonna go climb the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm doing.
Okay.
Gonna go to it and start.
The rest of you?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is he going?
Yeah.
No.
I support this.
Yeah. Might task for climbing, of
Yeah.
4. So like, and the 4 is literally only because you're trying to climb around broken building while climbing up the tree.
Love it. Oh gosh. That's a 7.
7 does not quite hit that requirement of 12. So you get there and like you're climbing and like you put your hand into this weird kind of moss or like gritty fungus that's growing on the tree. Like hand sinks into it thinking that it's just kind of shallow and then like fully in, and then it rips off of the bark and you go sliding all the way back down.
I love
Do I
a
still have
gritty
it on my
moss.
hand?
Yeah, you've got it in your hand. It ripped right off with it.
Is that a plant?
Oh, that
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's a
have been the
plant.
sample
It's a
that I would have
plant.
chosen, but good job
Yeah.
obtaining it. Well done.
It's kind of like this mottled purple and green with oddly pinkish roots from where it
Sniff
had
it.
like been in contact with the tree. So wouldn't necessarily call it like roots, but you know what I mean. It smells kind of sour.
Don't cook with that. Or maybe do. You know, if you have something sweet, you can balance it out. I don't know.
If there's a sample jar nearby, I would grab it and sort of wander over here to him with it and be like, in here, please.
Oh, and he just kind of like, yeah, it's just like no, not even trying to get it all in, just kind of like, just like puts it.
I flinch as it like slides down the side and touches my glove, and I'm like, Put the lid back on it. Right.
Swipes it.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Is that all we wanted, or do you want more? I can go back up. You know.
How?
I am kind of
So it's-
curious how high you can get it, but
So am I. That's why I want to
Is
do
it
it.
possible? It seems to have grown through the roof. looking down at the roots. How deep does this go? Do we know?
The research fellow had kind of like flinched as Jax was climbing up, going, and then saw him slide down, and is just like, far. It goes far. Much lower levels. That's. Oh God.
I love that we
It
sent
act-
this researcher
it
into
act-
crisis mode.
Yes,
Oh
correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. They're just like, they're at this point, it's very obvious that they are convinced that you guys have absolutely no business being here. But they are not,
Yeah,
they are not
for
calling
sure.
for help. They're not like trying to stop you. It's full on, I do not get paid enough for this type of mentality.
Yeah.
This is not Waffle House, this is Walmart.
Great.
Sir, this is an Arby's.
Yeah.
So it actually does interfere with the tunnels then. The roots go that deep.
I haven't been down like more than 2 levels, which, as far as you know, Sybil, you only know of 2 basement levels.
Great.
But I've heard that it goes farther. Yeah. Like, I really just, I don't want to get kicked out or arrested or anything. So I'm just gonna, and then he scoots further forward and is just staring at a couple of the samples.
Yeah, we were never here. Yeah.
Oh God. Thank you, Jax, for that. So, actually, question: do you know like what is this timeline that we're looking at with the tree? When did it? How long has it been here? How long has? What does the growth seem to be?
30-ish hours.
This quick in 30 hours. This much?
Yeah. It's
Is the rate
faster
of
than that
growth-
reaction from, I mean, yeah.
Then what reaction?
Nothing. Definitely, nothing. Where's that sample trolley? I'm gonna go search for the sample trolley.
I'm gonna step forward
Yeah.
and so we can relate, like there's things that are happening. Are you talking about the acid burns?
The acid burns? No, the acid burns were like 3 hours ago.
There's something happening right now?
That they are being treated for it.
Sure. Well, I actually do, and I have my little bag. I hold it up. I am a medical practitioner. I am not a good liar, so I am avoiding the word doctor on purpose because I'm a veterinarian.
Yep.
For sure.
For sure. I was actually sent down by this place. I have an expertise on plants. I have an expertise on biology of certain kinds, and I'm here to take a look at the patient. We have to make sure.
This earlier.
Sometimes I'm a genius in small moments. Okay, sometimes I get Jax. It's Jax's fault. He makes me carried away. I just feel like I could. And then I turn back.
I have that effect sometimes.
They just kind of look at you, kinder, and then look at Jax, and then look at Sybil. And having heard all of this, including
Whose
why
name
are
you
you just saying?
used?
Yeah, and why are, like, through all of the why are you just saying this now? Even they just kind of turn to Sybil and go, just tell your parents that I never saw you guys, but they're like 2 halls that way. I know nothing, I'm gonna go pretend like I fell asleep in a room. Okay? Like, that's right? Okay?
I know that
Please?
you probably don't want. What's your name?
Let me get his name. Huntley?
I'm so sorry. What is that?
Huntley?
Hunt, Sybil,
Huntley.
Hunt.
With an H.
Hunt.
With an H.
Hey,
This is gonna be
What
a very
the
different
heck?
moment. I
Oh,
did
yeah.
just mishear that pretty bad.
Oh my god, guys, no.
Huntley, I thank you for your understanding. I promise this will not come back on you.
Yeah, yeah. So like 2 hallways that way, and like 5 doors down is our like medical setup.
well, we should definitely be going then.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Acid. I've never tested that before. This could be fun. All right.
As soon as we get out of earshot of Huntley, everybody, Sybil, who are your parents?
You know, I got them.
They do seem very important in this particular institution.
I mean, no, like I got in on my own, but they helped a lot. My
Just trying to
moms,
make sure. Go ahead.
my moms are important. That's all. They help advise some important people. And
Right. So we have
Yeah.
not brought the Lord Mayor's child into a
No.
very dangerous, volatile place.
oh,
Good, but
No, Isonbridge
nearly.
doesn't even have a mayor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good. Whoever's in charge, governor, baron,
No,
Council. council.
parents-
It's not the
my
council's
parents-
daughter.
my parents aren't on the council, okay? Like, my moms are not on the council. They're kind of in the next room, typically, because they're advisors to the council.
No.
Do I have any idea who she might be talking about?
All of the counselors have a variety of advisors, so that
Okay.
wouldn't really narrow it down.
No.
And since you don't strictly know Sybil's full name or a lot about them,
You're just that tea girl.
yeah, just random mouse in a cardigan that comes and
Yep.
studies in your tea shop.
Completely normal. Definitely has some clips to pay for all the tea. It's fine.
I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess you never know. The rich walk among us.
It's true.
So your moms are the advisors to the people
they're
who lead this city.
They're not the advisors. They're some of the advisors, and
I feel like that's a pretty big, position though. Either way, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, like it's not that. Like, it's something that my family's been doing for a long time, so it's really not that important. But
there's a generational thing happening here, which is I feel like even more
No.
prestigious.
I feel like you're kind of getting the vibe that I'm like that there's some nepotism going on, and I just want to make it very clear that I got into this school on my own, which is why it's really important that we don't ruin Huntley's life.
That's great.
mm,
I think, going for what you want, opposite of what your parents do, is really good.
Oh,
I'm very concerned for you generally because when one endangers important people in this city, it tends not to work out very well for that person.
Oh, I'm not important.
You're important to us.
I think
That's
that your parents would disagree.
I mean,
I-
in the grand scheme of things, I'm not super important. I'm just kind of present for the important things sometimes.
Well, how about
And then
we wrap up whatever it is that we're doing here and get you out of here.
No,
quick as
oh
possible.
my god. Okay, so this is why I don't tell people anything, because it is incredibly difficult to get down into these tunnels, and it's incredibly difficult to actually like go anywhere and get close to the cool and exciting things that happen, because nobody wants to let the counselors down. It's stupid. It's fine. I
So-
promise. It's fine.
So it is fine. I think that who you are by birth has nothing to do with who you are as a person, and lineage is just names on a paper.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
let's get you inside and let's get you close to the shiny thing.
Mm.
Maybe even some dangerous situations
get-
too.
Oh no, let's
Jack
not.
close
Let's
to the
very
shiny
much
thing.
not.
Oh no, too
That's
much.
what I'm excited about.
Yeah, you see, it's
That's-
fun. No, I got your back. Like I can handle stuff. You know what I mean?
You've shown that to be fairly true at this point. I have no reason to doubt you.
Yeah, like literally anything. Like even if like, a giant, if this tree came to life, and the tree started like doing, I would be like, yo, and I punch it, and then it would die.
You can punch it now.
It's not, it's not doing anything right now. It's just a tree.
I-
You gotta respect
Sure,
nature.
Okay.
Until
sure.
it tries to kill you, and then you can disrespect nature all you want.
Please don't disrespect nature. It's
No,
more
only-
important than all of us.
Only when it tries
Because-
to kill you.
Only one thing can beat the rats. That's nature.
What if?
Not a cat.
What if?
I don't want to have a discussion about
What if I'm
it. And then-
stronger than nature? I'm just
I feel like we may have lost the plot. I wanted to see what Jax was capable of. Kinder wants to free all the rats. Do I have that?
I'm here to make sure that, jokes aside, I am actually here to make sure that they're not putting any kind of harmful poisons out for the rats that could get into the natural ecosystems of the town, since you have a river-based system. So that's what I'm looking for.
That's fair. I haven't.
But also to free the rats.
Of course.
yeah. We're here.
Free
We're here.
the
for that.
rats. Free the rats.
I'm here to get into dangerous situations.
Oh.
I've decided
Oh.
that just now.
Oh,
Well, I don't
First, you
approve
know-
of this at all.
You know what? It's good to have a goal and a mission.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
I'm happy that you've discovered that in yourself. I really am.
Thank you. It's been a long journey,
We're all gonna
but I
die.
finally found it. All right,
And,
acid.
We're going to go into the room. We're going to take a look at what's going on. And we're going to go in first, because if Sybil's parents are in the other room, we're going to be in front.
oh my god. They're
And then
not
we'll leave, right? And then we'll leave.
We're going to leave, and we're going to have a
Very quickly.
distraction. Yes.
Good.
We're going to get closer to the thing.
Okay. Sure.
All right,
Not-
break. And he claps.
I don't feel like I can argue with you guys, so let's go. Someone's just got her notebook out, like, all right.
So you guys go down the hall, turn a couple hallways in, and you see this is a number of people. Like, you see at least 5 medics, a couple of other people like wandering back and forth with samples like displayed on a table underneath a glass cloche is like a cutting from some sort of plant that has a weird kind of ochre colored powder on it, sort of like, how poison ivy will have that kind of whitish powder to it sometimes. Same concept, only much more vibrant. You also see like a book with smeared burns across it that look kind of like someone smeared something that would degrade the leather, possibly like an acid. You also see one of the medics has like bandages wrapped around their arm as they're inspecting something, but it's kind of packed, and they're centered around what you, Sybil, would recognize as one of the primary research labs that usually is rented out by a variety of classes that study any number of things that are brought in.
Well, there's your chance to touch some acid, Jax.
I do.
So you just go directly into the hallway, pick up the cloche, and like in the middle of all these people.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone reacting to that?
I said I wasn't going to interfere, but this does seem like a bad plan.
So you guys just let Jax kind of like go right in.
I don't feel like there's any stopping Jax. Just in general,
it's
ever.
just letting him go.
I do. I'm like and he's already gone.
Okay.
Headed straight in. Yeah.
So yeah, like initially, because you at least have goggles and are walking as if you belong there, people don't seem to react to your approach. But then as you get to the table, like one of the medics does realize that you are there, and they jump to try to stop you as you are lifting up the cloche. So please go ahead and do a speed defense task.
Ooh, fun.
Cool.
Nice. Good.
Cool.
All right. Remind me how these are done. Is just a D20?
Yes. This person is a medic, so they are a little bit faster and differently trained than a number of the researchers would be. They are used to dealing with struggling patients, so we will call it a difficulty of 3, so 9 or better to dodge them trying to grab you out of the way.
Ooh, that's a 2.
That's a 2. All right.
It's probably for the best, honestly.
Terrible tonight.
Yeah, so in that case, it would be an additional might defense to not be wrestled away from this person, or from this position. Or you could attempt to defend yourself in another fashion, but that is entirely up to you and how you react to someone in a lab coat panicking, going, "No, that's dangerous!" and jumping on you.
I will just try to get them off of me.
Okay.
I believe my might defense are hindered.
Yes, they are.
This is a thing.
So yeah, where it would
We were
again,
attacked.
Yeah, where again it would normally be a 9 because it is hindered. That jumps it up by a task difficulty level, so you now have to roll a 12 or better.
Fun.
You
We
were
love.
attacked.
We love. I got a 12. Yay.
You got a 12.
Oh my
All right,
God.
so like as this medic goes, no, jumps and tries to grab you. They do successfully just kind of wrap their arm, one around one arm and the other around your neck, but you don't care because you're just like, okay, and you still manage to at least lift the cloche off. Does this stop you in any way?
I just stand there. I just stand there holding it and just kind of like, can you get off?
Put it down. Like, put it down. Help, and then 3 other people pile on.
No.
Oh no.
I'll put it down if
Oh,
you
no!
get off. He's just looking. He's
Okay,
looking at him. He's starting to get feral a little bit.
Yeah, so 3 other speed defense tasks.
Fun.
Also
Jax.
at also at
What was
Also at
the
9?
plan?
4.
I don't. We were gonna help somebody.
What was the plan?
Nothing. That's a
Your
17.
plan was to go watch him do what he does. And
I
this
know,
is
but
what
I
happened.
expected him to have a better
18?
plan.
That's
No.
fun.
Write it down. Write
And
it
then
down.
another. So I got a 17, and 18, and a 12.
All right, so all 3 of them, you like, while still kind of holding this poor medic up, you just kind of jerk out of the way of the other 3 that try to grab you to help wrestle you away from the table. And so you're just still holding this poor, essentially, nurse up in the air with the cloche in your hand. They have not managed to land a finger on you.
I'll put it down.
On top of the plant. cutting?
Oh yeah, wherever it was. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he like kind of lets go of your neck and then tries to like move your hand away from the table. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. We already have 3 injuries from this cutting. It burned through someone's gloves, so we're just keeping it no touchy, no touching. Good? No touch. Who are you?
I am the thing of nightmares.
Oh my god.
The thing that... No, I'm just kidding. My name's Jax. It's nice to meet you.
Okay. Did you get any on you? Are your let me, and then just turns your hand and starts inspecting it for injuries.
Oh no! Turn my hands blue. What? I'm just kidding. I'm fine.
Yeah. How's your breathing? You're not wearing a face mask. Did you breathe
No,
any of it in?
Okay. I'm leaning around the corner and like Jax be like, yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. Look at the hands. It's crazy.
Yeah. So like they're like now another one is helping the one that managed to jump on you initially. The other 2 are just kind of watching warily, ready to try and subdue you. A couple of the other medics in the hallway seem to have rushed off in in the opposite direction. You do not know what for. And someone that looks a little bit more official that is wearing a treated lab coat of some kind pops their head out hearing this commotion, and is just like tall, kind of softly big, so not like obese, but like just lives a softer life, but easily your height. Giant curly beard that is currently tied in a net type material beneath the mask that they are wearing. Who is this?
This is a nurse.
No, who are you? And
Oh, me.
why? What is going on?
The name's Jax.
At this point, I am going to step forward. Hi. My friends here got a little overexcited, and I hold up my bag. I'm here to check out the people who've been infected. I heard about the acid burn measure, and I want to come in and make sure that whatever plant-based symbiosis or rash or hive, whatever it is, it's not going to get near the water, and that it won't affect the flora and fauna in the area. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth, baby.
He just kind of looks you up and down. I would like a DC 6 personal interaction. And, like, kind of lifts his goggles off of his face and looks at you. Well, as the lead medical researcher of the Academy, I do believe I would have been informed of your coming.
Well, as a spokesperson for the rats, the trees, and the bees, I think that word of my coming should have happened as soon as this tree bloomed. And I am going to... So this is... I have...
Rats, trees, and bees, baby.
Yeah. So you are basically attempting to deceive / persuade him.
I'm persuading, because I'm not really a liar. I am trained in pleasant social interaction and botany and healing. And I'm a smart little boy.
Okay, so I will allow you to ease it by 2, just knowing what you're talking about and being trained in pleasant social interactions. So that does bring it down to a 4, so you still have to roll 12 or better.
Bless you. Bless you. And I'm going to use an edge point because God help me if I pass this to another motherfucker.
So edge would apply to putting effort in or using an ability.
Then I'm gonna put some effort in.
2 points instead of 3.
Yeah, so you spend 2 points of intellect or mind instead of 3.
Okay, I'm at 15. I'm fine.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
set for the rest of this game.
So,
Okay, great.
so from that, he shuffles his gloves a little bit and goes, interesting. Perhaps difficulty with the gods. As you can see, the flora and fauna of the area has decided to change itself for reasons we do not yet know. So how they would affect themselves, we also would not be aware of. But if you would like to look at my personal work on this poor child's hands, you are welcome to do so.
I would be very grateful to do so. And I'm going to take out my gloves, take off the other gloves, put on my gloves. It's just like a better quality. I know that they're on like a school budget. So it's just like these are my personal stash. And I like the feel of it better, you know?
Okay.
And so I'm gonna go in and I'm going to examine this kid's hands. I mean, I've seen rashes before. I would love to use my healing stuff to kind of get a sense of what's happening here.
Go right ahead. This is normally a DC of 4, so 12 or better, with being trained, I believe, instead of specialized. In healing, that would ease it by 1.
Okay. So it's going to be an 11?
9 or better.
Thank you. Okay, I see. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I roll with a different die? I got a 3. I got a 3
Roll a
again.
3.
For the
Throw
love of
that die
God.
away. Throw that die away.
For the love of God.
Third 3 though?
The 3 is the mint.
Ew.
Can I roll again? Please let me roll again.
Yes, I
Roll
will
3.
let you roll again, but jeez, throw that dice away.
Throw it out the window.
It's a 4.
Oh my god.
It's slightly better. Yeah,
It
a
is-
little bit.
It is obviously a chemical burn of some kind.
Put effort into it.
That wouldn't bring it down far enough.
Bring all of my effort.
You're
Can
a
I-
veterinarian. What do you
I-
expect?
Very good at this.
You
I
have
looked at a monkey.
you have experience points. You can re-roll with an experience point.
No. No. Those are mine. I earned those.
Okay.
Oh my
So-
god.
Unfortunately, you can tell that he did a good job. You can tell that he did a good job, and you can tell that it is a chemical burn of some kind, with a rash spreading from it of further reaction.
And
You
then-
can't tell how bad it is, though.
I don't care how bad it is. I'm gonna turn to the doctor. I'm gonna go, this burn looks chemical. Was it tree sap that did this, or was it dirt? Was it leaves? What part of the plant did they touch?
This way, and he leads you right back out into the hallway.
My
And-
3 and my 4s don't matter.
Yeah. He leads you right back out into the hallway and gestures at the plant cutting that is underneath the glass cloche that Jax was trying to touch.
Jax.
So
It's
hard
some
to
sort
touch.
of tactile reaction to the powder on these leaves. We do not know what type of vine this is. It's a
How much
vine.
wind do you? It's a vine.
about
and
a
there's
le-
powder.
Yeah, and about a level below ours, same hallway as the rest of the reactions.
And it grew up overnight.
Approximately.
About 30 hours.
Has anyone been down below that area? Is there something that is down there where this was originating from? Maybe this has been a pocket that has been growing beneath it. I'm trying to think of an answer.
He kind of looks at your group, and then he looks at the medics, and grows visibly uncomfortable for just a moment.
Ooh.
I can't detect a falsehood, so I'm like, he's great.
Can I see what that's about?
Yeah, you can definitely
I'm gonna try to read
attempt
this guy, which is
you can
one of
attempt
my
to
skills.
read. Yeah. So it goes from 9 down to 6 because you're already trained in it. Because he is very obviously visibly uncomfortable with talking about going below that level.
I didn't roll a 3. I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you still beat it. You still beat it. 7 is still higher than 6. But yeah, so he is visibly uncomfortable with the idea of talking about any levels below what has been mentioned. Not the I am afraid of it, it's the shit I could get in trouble for type of look. It's very distinct, not fear, not disgust. It is, I feel like I could get in trouble for talking about this. And then he'll just kind of usher you kinder over out of easy earshot of the medics, and say,
Love it.
Research has gone approximately 5 levels down, but as there seems to be worse interactions of whatever is happening down there than others, there's a triage center 3 levels down for anyone that has attempted to delve that deep.
What has happened to people who delve that deep?
We do not know exactly what has happened to most of them, as most of them barely made it back.
Would we be able to go down to the 3rd level to see who has made it back and judge what those injuries are?
Make another persuasion roll.
I'm trained in pleasant social interaction, and I'm a healer. Can we bring it down by...
Oh.
Yeah, so that'll bring it down to 12, because he already believes that you belong here, but it is very dangerous down there. So
Yeah, I'm a baby. Okay. Everyone, can you look at my die and tell it to do a good job, including the chat?
Come on.
You got this. I believe
Come on.
in
Thank you.
you. Do it.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
hands.
you. Why don't you guys ever say that to me?
No kiss on the for your
You can do
dex.
this. You got this.
Nah! All right, baby, don't you let me down. It's a 5.
Great, cool. Great.
5, man.
It did do
Oh, we're
better
just
than
winners
last
tonight.
time.
We're
you
winning.
know?
it did better, yeah.
By one.
As it is fairly dangerous and we do not know what has caused most of it, they are in quarantine currently, so I do not believe that it would be to yours or their best interest to send someone down that is not already there.
I am within earshot of this guy, I think. Have we been able to overhear a little bit?
Only vaguely. You'll hear pieces. He's trying to talk quietly with the other medical professional that has approached him.
I'm going to talk quietly but loud enough that they can hear us, and sort of speaking to Sybil, be like, your theory that it goes down to the old city, I think is we're getting more evidence that is correct. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I didn't. We need to get in the tunnels. We have to follow this.
Is that you?
Design.
Is that your renegade side coming out? Young pupil?
Okay, so
Excuse me, who are you talking to?
Sybil, give me an intellect task of 3, so 9 or better.
I'm gonna put it in this roll of toilet paper here.
That's your dice tower.
That's my dice tower.
Dice tower, literal toilet paper.
It was a 10.
Nice.
All right, so as far as you know,
Yes, got it.
the old city does not reach this far into the lake.
Oh.
So this is the first time
Interesting.
you have
That
heard
changes.
mention. Kale, you know that it does.
Yes.
Sybil, you have not
Okay.
heard of this.
Okay.
So this is also the deception of playing along to something that you don't think is actually a thing.
Sure. So we'll have to do a bit of backtracking, but we should definitely go down there, right? We should.
Do you think? It sounds like it's exceedingly dangerous.
Whatever dangers are down there, I can handle it.
Jax,
I mean,
are you
you-
back? Are you back from being attacked from?
Jax is back, baby.
I moved away. I'm over here now.
I don't think that Kale or I ever like went around the corner. We've just been
No.
watching this from afar. So
We're
Jax
like,
is
with our
just like
clipboards,
walking back,
leaning
like,
against a wall, being like, "We're not part of this."
Yeah.
I'm definitely part of this. I think it could be incredibly interesting to investigate. I also think that there's valuable information to be gained.
The old city is very dangerous.
So
That's what they keep telling me.
The last time I went down there, I nearly died.
You've been down there then.
No,
You
definitely
nearly
not.
died?
No.
You're just selling. You're just
Okay,
selling
so-
this to me more the more you speak about it. I just want you to know.
So, Kale, as you and Sybil are talking about this in earshot of the head medic, which means that you can also hear Kinder. Kinder, you see him tense up. Like, really tense up. And, like, he's kind of, like, twitching his head in the direction that he's trying not to make it obvious that he's listening to them. But you can, even not being able to read people super well, can tell that his attention has split from you in the direction of your friends that are talking.
I was waiting to see if the mention of the old city got his attention, and I'm
Yes.
assuming that happened.
Yes.
Great. Good.
Great.
Is there a problem, Doctor?
Who did you say sent you down here? Who was that?
We didn't.
Asking this of Kinder.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
You're on your own, kid.
Yep, you do you. You do you.
Baby, we're name dropping. Actually, I think you know her. I think you know her. Her name is Mabel Argyle. My mom's okay if I lie. She said that to me before.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Sometimes.
Y'all have famous moms.
So
That's her own thing.
he's going to just kind of stop and look you over.
Technically,
then,
Mabel
like-
Argyle did send me into the world, so I was
Yeah.
sent by Mabel
Oh
Argyle.
my gosh.
Like full on, not
That
even hiding
logic.
it, turns and stares at Sybil and Kale, and then at Jax, who like introduced himself to this group by I'm gonna like touch this thing that they have under
love
protective barrier. I wish you luck then.
Ooh, powerful. Powerful stuff.
I wish
Mom,
you luck.
bless you.
I would assume that she's working with her normal sponsors in that case. So, I wish you luck. I unfortunately, without official writ of notice, cannot send you into the quarantined area here, but may the gods of old watch over you in that case. And then he just kind of turns and walks back into the clinic.
I'm gonna turn to the team and say, my mom's not so much influential as she is scares the shit out of a lot of people.
I understand that.
That's pretty influential, honestly.
Jax, I knew you'd get it. Sybil, I knew you'd get it.
Knowing
Kale,
you a
you'll
long
get it in
time, we
time.
never really speak of her.
Nope.
Well, it's not that strange.
Don't really know her that well. But you know what? Name's useful. Really good at birthday gifts, and is going to turn and is going to. We are in the library. There is the tree, or not the library, but the building. Yes, there's the tree. Are we down a floor? Or are we on the main floor?
You are on what would be considered the ground floor or primary floor that you can walk directly out onto the like courtyard area. There are 2 levels above that, and that Sybil at least knew about. 2 levels below that, you know of at least 5 levels below from your talk. And
Hey,
and the level below, like basement level 3, that is the first that Sybil doesn't know about, is where the big quarantine is.
Okay. Kale, is
Yes.
there an alternate way down to the basement? Pretty please, Kale. Think of the rats.
I don't like to think of rats.
That's a shame. They're very beautiful.
I assume I know a way, but it's not direct, correct?
It requires a
Deep View?
good bit of it is going through Deep View, and it does require a good bit of luck and skill to get there.
See, that's the problem. I'll look around, make sure nobody's within earshot, and be like, I don't know how to get there from here. We would have to backtrack all the way to Deep View, and even from there, it's a long journey to get back this far.
Okay, let me drop the facade and tell you what's actually at stake. What happens if this does get into the water supply? What do you think is going to happen? What do you all think is going to happen?
Nothing good.
People will have to move.
Not only that, the animals are going to get sick. And do you know what happens when an animal gets sick and goes somewhere else?
Oh, yeah,
It spreads the contagion.
Yeah. I've seen
It
it happen once.
It also has to leave his family. I'm sorry, what did you see?
I saw that happen once.
What? Tell me more, please.
That was
You
a
have
long
a floor.
time ago. I was like a child.
I'm so sorry. That must have been very traumatic for a child to watch.
No, I just killed it. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see a plague. You killed a bird.
I mean, it was sick.
How did you know it was sick?
I don't know. My aunt told me it was. Mom was like, "That thing's sick. Go kill it." You know?
Okay.
My question is why we are getting involved in this. I'd really like to just go home and forget any of this happened. Even if we were to find what's happening, who are we to stop it? What do we have? We have some rope. We have your hands. You have a cat.
We're not an official force. Whatever's down there, we can at least see. What do you think the government's going to do here? If something does happen, do you think they're going to warn people?
No, when it's going to hit the people of Deep View first.
Do you think people care
Always
about the
does.
people of Deep View?
No. You know I don't.
But do you?
Yes.
Then that's why we're going.
Fine.
I have no connection to the city like you all, but my aunt always told me to do what I want to do, and if this is what we want to do, I'm down.
I think we're going to need proper protective gear, so we should start there. And then I believe, it seems like it wasn't a breathable thing. When I looked at the plan, it wasn't poisonous, but there is something about the pollen, including breathing it in. We're going to need some kind of mask system, and we're going to need something to keep it off of our skins. And we should pack that up and get ready to go down. However, we're going to need to make sure we don't walk into it, so as soon as we get into the underground, the masks are going to be on. Right? Good.
We'll need light as well. We're not going mushroom hunting, so working in the dark isn't a requirement.
Technically, we are if we're looking for pollen and spores.
We're actually going then? We're actually going?
We're all in agreement. Hands in.
Against my better judgment, yes.
Is it?
All right, everyone. On 3. Oh boy, what was the joke we made last time?
Rat game.
Oh, wrecking. What was? It was a really good pun.
I forget entirely.
I mostly remember. Can I get a meow in the chat?
Can I get a meow? Go team meow.
All right, everybody. On 3. Rats.
All right.
1,
Just
2,
rats?
3. It's just rats. 1,
Rats?
2, 3. Rats. We should work on this better. Everyone's going off at different times.
we
we'll
got
work
it.
on this.
We can do it.
We're gonna go and do stuff. We're gonna go and get ready.
Go team rats.
And I think that is actually a great spot to take a quick break. You guys are insane.
Call to action.
So we will be right back in approximately 10 minutes. Hope to see you guys in chat again soon.
Meow. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at first, and then the words started to hit in. I think my brain just melted down the sides of my face. I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Please, no.
Yeah.
No more.
It's like a stick of bologna. It's like a bologna
No.
stick.
No.
It really is.
It's exactly the words you want to hear for an edible product.
That sounds like the worst time ever.
I haven't done it in like 20 years, okay?
Evie
Yeah,
brought
but
us
I know
back
what you're
on
capable
purpose.
of now.
Evie brought us back on purpose to the stream after telling us that what was it, Evie? I can't remember your exact words. Could you repeat that for the public to hear, take accountability?
My childhood snack, and I have said this before, I will say it again, my childhood snack, especially to mess with people, would be I would go and like grab a hot dog directly out of the pack and without cooking it, just eat it. Like take a bite. It was like eating a stick of bologna.
Like a tube of bologna.
Like a wet sleep.
Yes.
Future.
That's like if a pig. That's like if a pig was an eel. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Like what if
You're
a pig
welcome.
was in other horrific statements?
It was an eel.
That's
I
my
request
favorite
an
children's story.
experience point for all of us from having to hear that.
Psychic damage, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Altered Echo Archives, where Evie is being canceled live for telling us this horrific fucking detail. That's what you
More at
rejoined us
7.
at, but we're playing Cypher. Evie, tell the people what they've won.
You have won psychological trauma essentially. But you know what, Jax? Just this once for having traumatized everyone because I saw the dawning horror. Yes, you guys can just have a random free experience point.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah,
If
it
only-
makes it all worth it.
Wow, damn.
At what cost? At what cost?
At what cost?
At what cost?
You know what
So
cost.
I won't.
You know
I
what
won't
you
do that
did.
again. I won't do that again. I may traumatize you again, but it will only be in game.
Okay, how much XP are we at, actually? I think this got deleted
sorry.
by accident.
Okay, so you you would have, I believe, 3 because you were 1 behind the other 2, and
Right.
Jax was 1 ahead.
You don't need to say it
because-
like that.
Well, no, it's because of how things have rolled out in game. I have not had to fuck with Kinder
just
yet.
a little baby. And so
You need a good DM intrusion. That's what you need.
Yeah, you do need a good jam intrusion.
My dice do that for me because I've rolled now religiously a 4 and a 3, and then 1
Yeah,
5, and
4.
we all give it
Yeah, it
little
really
kisses.
is that. It really is
Yeah.
that. Like, unfortunately, Fleet has
I
not
don't
been
need
rolling
more.
the best. Fleet
I
has
don't need
not
more
been
from
rolling
this.
the best.
I
but
haven't
yeah.
rolled above a 5 this whole session. We started at what, 3 o'clock? It has been 2 hours. I have done over 5 rolls.
Yep. Yeah, you haven't.
I'm sick of this shit.
Get better.
You just saved up all the good luck for now.
Be
We're gonna
good.
roll
Get
right now.
Get good.
Get better at rolling your
You'll
dice,
get good.
baby.
Get good.
I'm being bullied. I hate all of you.
You're
It's
welcome.
not the dice.
All right.
fault.
So here's a hot dog.
I'm
Anyway,
Calling Child
Never gonna look at
Protective
them the same way
Services.
again.
yeah.
I'm calling a
Um,
CPA.
Okay.
Certified Public Attorney.
You're
Okay.
calling.
I got it wrong. I got it wrong. Keep going. Can we go back to the plot?
Yes, we can go
Can we
back
play
to the
this guy?
plot.
Can we play
We
this
can play
game?
the game.
To the tunnel.
Whew, okay.
Let's
Let's
go get into trouble.
Cypher. Let's play.
Can we play Lancer? Can we just stop and go play Lancer where we all pilot giant cold hot dogs?
Thanks for coming, everybody. That's the show.
Goodbye.
You put up yes, man. I was like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
no.
that's where
No
we're gonna end
period.
it.
Also, because the chat got mad at me, this is plant protein. I'm not just drinking white milk.
No, they are drinking
Look at
milk.
Shove that calcium.
Hey.
Good.
Go ahead, Evie. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you need more of a reason than what just transpired to come back to watch the show, I don't know what we can do for you.
I am drinking a very lovely plum puer. A little bit of plum
Nice.
flavor. Very nice, calming, relaxing. Good.
I
That's been tea
am.
with Alina.
I am drinking blood orange tea.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's an herbal and it is a beautiful crimson red. You know, like blood.
Nice.
Good. I like that you're drinking the blood of your enemies.
Sure, it's the enemies definitely. Anyway. Not my players. So we are rolling right back into Empyrean Rising. So if you missed the first half of this particular session, the group, after sneaking into the research facility / library of the academy that exists on Blue Water, which is one of the districts of the city-state of Isonbridge, discovered the interior had been just as overturned by the growth of a massive tree as the outside. To even greater effect, there was more plant life growing inside. They encountered a research fellow that was taking samples, tried to mask themselves as fellow researchers, did not do the best job, but through a variety of tactics thrown at this poor fellow, he decided that it wasn't his business. He is definitely not getting paid, and therefore he is not getting paid enough to try and stop them. So they moved further along to find someone that had been injured via kind of chemical burns from some of the plants in the medic ward on this first level, and from there learned that there were much deeper levels with much harsher reactions going on. But because that area is in quarantine, unfortunately they are not being allowed down, and have decided to take an alternate route through other tunnels. So you guys are heading away from this medic station, essentially, and the head medic, the head doctor of the academy that was watching over that particular area. I'm assuming that for the most part you are taking your various protective equipment that you have collected with you back into that hidden hallway underneath the water? Or are you going to try to sneak through the building itself instead of going through deep water?
We, I believe, have decided to go the alternate way through deep water. Listen, we all saw what just happened. Do you think we can sneak our way into a building?
No.
Do we all really think that?
Yeah, no, we're not great at that.
No.
We're going the dangerous way.
I'm quite the opposite of sneaky. Yeah.
Jax, I couldn't stop looking at you if I tried. Something about the blue arms. It's just
Yeah.
familiar.
It's it's just who I am. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This also gives us a chance to stop and just see if anyone in Deep View has been affected yet. It could be that this contamination has already worked its way into the water system there.
I can drink it and try it.
That seems like a bit of a permanent kind of choice. I mean, do what you have to, but that just...
I mean, look, you only live once, How many people
Yeah,
can
and
say
you
they...
do only get the one body?
Oh, kind of.
Just
It
food.
will require us to go via boat and then also one of the lifts. Are you going to be okay?
One day, maybe.
Right.
Okay,
All right,
what
well,
about
I'll
today?
make sure that I have some peppermint tea for your stomach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would a song
to boat.
soothe you, perhaps?
Honestly, Jax, normally no, but please sing.
Jax, in a very lovely voice, just started singing a song that I will
Random
not say
song.
what song. Yeah, a song that
So
he
cut
knows.
to that boat journey. We'll get like a water taxi back to the mainland.
Okay.
His singing voice is very beautiful, actually.
That
Yeah.
Chandra's like trying not to cry.
Oh.
And it's like looks over at Sybil. I feel like the worst right now. But you know what? I feel bad that I doubted that Jax could sing. It's a good song.
Oh my god, no, I'm
Talk about contaminating. Talk about contaminating the water. Anyway. Oh. But yeah,
Cinder
so
does not do well on boats.
yeah.
As well I know.
So you sneak back through the underwater tunnel from one building to the next, flag down a couple walks away, one of the little canoe taxi gondola things. Where are you heading? Are you heading back to the tea shop first, or are you just heading direct to Deep View?
I've got my climbing gear with me, so unless there's anything we need to stop for, I think let's go straight to Deep View.
I think I actually think we do need some kind of mask and protective gear. We probably got protective gear from the sort of suit up area. Can everybody have gotten that as a question for Evie? Like the necessary needs to protect ourselves from that area?
So what was up there was mostly just kind of cloth masks. This isn't like...
Damn it.
It's kind of like the difference between grabbing a cloth mask from an Etsy seller during the pandemic versus walking around in like an N95 or a like organic filtration mask. There's like multiple levels.
like a scuba thing.
So they have mostly just kind of cloth masks and things to wrap your face with, mostly because they just did not have enough to supply. So up on the upper reaches where there was more airflow, they didn't have the really intense masks. Kale and Kinder, can I get a difficulty task of 9? Like, so like not 9. So 3, 9 or better, to remember where in the city you would be able to acquire said masks.
Ooh.
Okay, you bitch.
Oh,
Pick a different
17.
dice.
17 says yes.
This is now my third die. This is the dice I've been rolling on. I have changed my die 3 times.
I'm calling a nat 20 right now. You got it. I'm
Do it.
believing you.
Do it. Do
Look
it.
at him.
Go.
Get a nat 20. Get a nat 20.
Please. So much is riding on this. It's a 3.
Another 3.
What the fuck?
Maybe you should switch up your technique,
What the actual
You're on the
fuck?
spin.
The odds of that. The odds
I'm
of
on
that.
my- Hold on, I'm on my 5th die.
The curse of the 3s.
I don't have a 5th die.
What's your address? I'm gonna send you a different set. I'm just gonna
Do you
get
want
on
me
Etsy
to
right
roll
now and
for
buy
you?
you a different set.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay, we're going with purple.
Try again.
Purple. Come on.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Do
Go.
you
Go.
need me to
Your
roll for
pride.
you? I can roll for you. I just don't have any use for
You
my
know
dice
what?
currently.
You know what? It's a 9, and I'll take it.
Okay.
It's a 9, and I'm
At
gonna
least
let it
yeah.
go.
Good.
It's not
Okay.
a 3.
It's a
Yep.
9 and I'll
Okay.
take
You've
it.
broken
All
it.
right, you've broken the curse. You've broken the curse.
I don't
so
believe that.
with the with the 9 and the you said 13?
17.
17. Okay,
I rolled
17.
good.
Very well, very well. You know that you have one of those masks, Kale. Not in your tea shop, but like in one of your stashes or with your family.
Right.
Because the best place to find masks that are for the slightly less safe areas of the city-state would actually be Deep View. They're the ones
I
that
want to go to
encounter it
Caver
the
Stop
most.
in Deep View. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I know where to
you
go
would-
then.
You would be going down there to get the mask anyway. Most of the masks that are going to be sold up here are going to be harder to find because most
They're
people
garbage.
don't need them up here.
Whereas Deep
and-
View, sometimes you get a weird breeze coming in. The air's bad for days. You need
Yeah.
those good masks.
Yeah.
All right.
It gets a little stagnant down there sometimes. Things get closed off.
Right. So we have one stop to make before we enter the tunnels, and this one is very important. Do try to keep a low profile.
No
I'll look at
promises.
Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do my
Kale's also
best,
taken
but
off their
I promise
ascot
nothing.
and vest, and they put on like their long leather caving jacket. Kind of put the hood up a little bit, so they're very low profile.
Yeah.
This is a completely different side to you. Never seen this.
So
Did you not know that I'm part of the climbing club?
There's a climbing club.
Yes, it's a good way to keep in shape. We meet on Sundays. We climb one of the cliffs. We have the harnesses and the ropes. It's very safe. We tend not to jump off of them much,
You should try it. It's fun.
but it's a lovely little bit of adventure.
Get your heart pumping, you know?
So
I'm wearing this
you
stuff.
go from the stop off for the water gondola and take a little air trolley up to the first level of cliffside. So it was a little bit of a boat ride, but you have to take a little bit of a trolley up to the first level of cliffside because, high tide, low tide, the spring thaw, etc., all of that will raise water level, so they don't have the actual tunnels starting where the water currently is.
Kinder at the end of each of the boat ride and the trolley ride, I have a little not thermos, but like a flask of hot peppermint tea for you. You don't know how they always have tea on hand, but they do.
I don't question it. It works out for me.
Yeah, it's very beneficial for you. But so
This is nothing new. This is anytime we travel in the city. This is how this goes.
Yeah. So there's a couple ways down that you can take. There's like the normal, like kind of wide curling staircase into the depths of Deep View from cliffside. Or there's a couple of the moles pathways that you could take. Which direction do you choose to lead the group in?
Oh boy. Well, we stop and we'll pick up the masks first,
Yeah.
and I'll make
That's
sure
like the
everybody's
first
wearing
level
those
of
and has
Deep
it
View,
fitted.
yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. So you take the stairs first to be able to
Yeah.
get to the masks. Okay.
Knowing the mole's ways probably go faster, I'm gonna look at Jax. Does he seem like he can fit in any of those?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's enough bruisers that move around with the moles that they have some pathways that Jax could go in. So you can either again take the like wide stairs that are able to move major pieces of equipment and furnishings and building materials up and down them, or you can find a little turn off and basically take your slide down.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the mole's entrances, I think, because it's likely that there'll be a lookout there, and I can ask see if they have any information on weird shit happening in the neighborhood.
Okay. So you arch through a couple of halls from that initial landing. Each has beautiful windows, some not quite well set in their settings anymore, but still there. As you get close to the side of the wall and then away, and close to the side of the wall and then away. And
Because deep
then,
view is carved into the mountain, right? Like the cliff is
Yeah.
sheer and it goes like
Yeah.
deep into the hillside.
yeah, and then as you kind of take a turn, there's just enough of a sharpness to the turn that the light from the hallway doesn't quite reach it. And yeah, there's a couple there's like a kid kind of squeezed into a little alcove standing watch over this particular path
Right.
down.
I will have also made sure to get a hooded torch from the catering store because I'm not going down in the dark. Not anymore. Not these days.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of meet eyes with the kid and be like, "Hey,
Come
here.
Hi.
Hey,
I recognize you with the hair and the glasses.
Yes. Got a couple clips. Need info.
It's bad. Down there,
How bad?
there was a scuffle. Someone came back from the depths, and there was something really weird, and he was shiny, and he's like kind of threw a couple of people around. I think he was freaking out. And then like some of the council's guards had come down to check some stuff out in the tunnels, and they found him like that, and then there was a fight, and people have just kind of been keeping low, and I'm mostly just basically helping with in
Right.
and out, and
It's down the
you
depths.
shouldn't go
What?
down. You shouldn't go down there.
We're going to look into it. But we need you to spread the word that air's bad, water's bad. Have there been any other unexplained things in the neighborhood?
Well, he was like weird stuff's been happening like past couple of years, you know. But and he like kind of rubs his
Normal weird or
palms
weird?
on his knees. How long has it been since you've been back?
At least 5 years.
Okay.
Probably a little longer. I tend not to come back down here.
I don't know if you'd call anything in Deep View normal, but pretty weird, yeah. Like
I know what's normal weird for Deep View. Stranger than that?
well, like last I saw, yeah. Like over the past couple of years, like stuff like this, and he moves his wrist and you see bones protruding from it.
Ugh. Like actually
Like-
through the skin?
Yeah, like piercing sharp bone.
What?
Yeah, they grew
Does that hurt?
not really. They grew like a couple years ago, but like people get stuff like that down there. And then he just kind of shifts his sleeve up, very very patchwork, and you see that there's another spike protruding from his elbow.
Ooh. Kinda. Do you mind taking a look?
You're muted.
You're muted.
It's because I was coughing a little bit, and okay. Kinder's going to look up and is going to say, all right, gauging different areas, making sure that, there was enough room to, like, examine this without harming them. Like, I'm not going to have to move them anywhere. and is gonna kneel down, try and see what's going on.
Okay.
Can I do anything?
There is not a lot of light because it's pretty much just the little hooded lantern that Kale has.
I'll
It
help
looks
shine it on.
like there's that roughened, tough skin that grows up around the spikes in a similar way to antlers. Because as a vet, you know, antlers are bone. So it is literally growing through the skin like little bone spikes at the wrist and then a spike at the elbow.
So the best thing that I can compare this to is some kind of stag or a horned animal. It's not actually a breakage, it's growing and from the skin itself, from the bone. Look, see?
That's very odd.
I've never seen anything like this before. Only in animals, not in people. Although I try to make it
weird aberrations in deep view. I mean, my hair, for one, is
your
not
hair's
natural.
your hair's not bones growing out of your body.
No,
And actually,
no,
I
but this is
actually
unusual.
It could.
Mm-hmm. It could be what?
It could be bones. I haven't looked at their hair that much.
You think their hair is bones?
It's very
No, I
much
don't.
hair, I assure you.
I don't actively think that their hair is bones. No, I'm just saying it could have been bones. I don't. How long did you say that this? When did this happen?
About like 3 or 4 years ago, I like my brother has like these weird eyelid things that like they from the sides.
Oh,
So the
you
sleep's been
mean
getting
like
worse.
Yeah,
serpentine?
Yeah, he's a kid. He's talking about like the side slit pupils or
Yeah.
slide
Ooh.
slit
Nictitating
eyelids.
membranes.
Yeah, going on. Like my brother has like the eyes that go like that, underneath the normal ones. So like, and it's
Like a
getting
frog.
yeah, it's getting worse down there. So like, any like friend of like moles and such, we really think you shouldn't go down there.
Right.
Anyone who looks at Jax at the moment, he's smiling from ear to ear.
You mother.
I think we should go down there.
What?
Oh,
I fully agree with that. One last question. There wasn't any kind of injury or anything. This just happened one day?
Well, it hurt when it happened.
No,
Did
but
it
you
grow
didn't
immediately or
fall.
Well, no, like it was kind of bumpy at first, but
Like a rash.
more like a lump growing.
When did you first notice this?
I don't know. I was like 5. I don't know.
Where did you grow up? Do you know specifically what location? What was around?
3rd quarter, deep view.
And I'm going to look over to Kale.
they get air from the deep a lot.
There's something going on in the air from the deep, and whatever this tree was, that pollen, if this is happening at 5, I think we can safely assume that there's a connection with the pollen. That this breathing in of whatever this was in the deep is happening. So, as much as Jax, you know I love to humor you and I love to see your adventures, I'm not sure this is a job for us. I think we need to tell someone this is happening. Do you think anyone would listen or do anything, Kale? Because if this is now coming up, this is going to take the whole city.
When it was just affecting those in Deep View, they do not care. But now that it's come to Clearwater, I think they will care very much. Anything that interrupts trade or the higher classes.
Okay.
Well, they took the shiny dude away.
The what?
The one that came in from like the depths, and like he was kind of shiny and like kind of like a rock, and like kind of I didn't see him up close, but after he kind of freaked out and hit a bunch of people because he was freaking out, they kind of dragged him off.
Evie, how much do I know about the weirdness of Deep View generally? Like, it's always been a thing that people in Deep View have minor weirdnesses, right?
Yeah, minor weirdnesses. It's more common in Deep View to
Like
have
weird colored eyes, strange hair,
the
weird
weird
skin.
colorations. Occasionally, someone will say that they know what people are thinking. Sometimes people will have like stuff when they get upset, like bow out or like get pushed away from them without them touching it. Some people have like weird stuff happen with their voices. One person, had like 4 fingers instead of 5.
Yeah.
Like, not completely out there changes, but
like the spurs are pretty weird.
yes,
That's above and beyond.
the spurs are very strange in terms of what you've experienced, and generally speaking, it, like any of their physical abnormalities, they're either born with or develop as they go through their growth stages as a toddler.
So this developing it when you're like a kid is very unusual.
Yeah, unless you get like caught in something in like the deep tunnels and like exposed to something that whatever.
And we always know the deeper you go, the better
yeah.
chance of that happening.
Yeah, like that has caused like sudden changes before, but not like someone just living in Deep View.
Right. Listen, I know that most of you are not deep-siders. There's always something weird lurking under this city. The closer that you get to Old Town, the stranger things happen. The fungus down there is very weird. We tend not to try and pick it from there, or go down there at all, generally, but it sounds like this weirdness is coming closer to the surface. And it's been getting stronger. It doesn't usually affect anyone who's already grown like this. Like, I was born with this hair. It didn't appear later. It marks people, and it's always seen as kind of an ill omen, something not quite right with that person.
Kinder's eyes flicker from your hair to Jax's arm. And then just, that's all.
Is that why I've been getting stares?
Probably, yes. But you're not from Deepview, and you're not even from the city.
I was born miles away from here, but town's over.
Sorry, do you not generally get stared at for having blue arms? That seems like...
Most people tend to mind their business. I don't know. This is like, I wouldn't say this is the first time I've gotten stares, but it's been a minute. Although I haven't been around people for a little while, so
Kind of, that's also why you get stares too, but you're not from here either.
Wait, Kinder, what do you have that's blue?
Kinder is blue.
Oh,
Kinder is blue.
Kinder's
right.
blue.
I did forget that Kinder is just all blue. All of
Kinder's
You have a blue friend.
I'm blue.
Yeah, like
I would die.
Kinder is a paler
All that.
blue. Kinder doesn't have like the vibrant blue that Jax has on his arms, but Kinder is blue.
Like the robin's egg.
Yeah, Kinder is very obviously not normal human skin tone.
I'm gonna look at Kale. I always assumed they looked at me because I'm charming and handsome.
Well, that as well, yes.
And the kid goes, "You are really pretty. I like your hair."
Thank you. You're really pretty too. I really like your antlers.
Are they antlers if they're not on my head?
Yes, they are actually.
Okay.
You have antlers. You know what you
Okay,
should
cool.
do. And
Right.
Kinder is going to pull out a ribbon and is going to tie it around one of the antlers. You can decorate yourself. Look how nice that looks.
Okay.
You could even paint like little flowers on there or something if you want.
Yes.
Who's cat? And I would like
Yours
to
if
offer,
you want him.
And I would like to offer a GM intrusion.
Thank you. Do it. I know exactly what you're going to do, and I would
Good.
love for you to
Perfect.
do it.
The-
Get us down there, Evie,
Yeah,
because we're
the
having
cat-
problems.
Put
the
us in
cat
the
is
tunnel.
yeah, the cat is kind of sniffing around the tunnel and like kind
Okay,
of just
baby.
slips, and it really is a slide. It is like a trapdoor type slide. So the intrusion is that the cat goes down and that you would follow. But yeah.
I will. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, I think
that
that's good.
is 1 point
I
for
couldn't
you
think
and
of
1
another way.
Yeah,
The
1
minute we got serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You were
and
like,
1
oh, hell,
point
how
to
we get down
anyone
there?
else. Yeah.
You guys made it too serious. I can't.
Bringing the
We were-
gravitas.
Yeah.
I can't encourage this.
So who gets the second point?
I don't want to give it to Jax. I love you, Jax, but
Don't
you're one
do it.
ahead.
No,
I think
a lot.
Kale's been doing some heavy lifting plot-wise today, so
Thank
let's
you.
give it to Kale.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
cool.
Round of applause.
And the points.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right.
Problem.
So the cat slides down.
Okay, let me
You like just dive head first after it.
Oh my god.
just a minute.
It's
let me
mid-sentence.
also,
It's mid-sentence. I just stop. I see the cat's going down. I just turn and I'm in.
And I go, kind of, no.
Right after that, you just see Jax
turn
curse
your
it.
shield,
woohoo, and then he
turn
runs
on.
and like does like a backflip and then and then dies.
As soon as our two friends go down there, I do the little thing where you do like a hop in one direction and then a hop in the other direction because you're like, I don't.
There we go.
Oh, God's curse it! And I run after them.
Yay!
Sybil to the kid just goes, "Thank you so much for your help." And
Dives down too.
takes off after everybody else.
So it is like, sorry, I had to ban a bot really quick from chat.
I saw that happen. I was
Yeah.
like, what went down?
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah. All right. So you guys go diving down, and it is a spinning, sliding tunnel that takes you directly from like this kind of surface-ish area that you were at, and throws you into one of the kind of mossy green areas that is down there, which, to those of you who have experienced caves before, usually they are not quite this lush since they don't really get sunlight. But I believe you said Kindergo went first. So you manage, being larger than a cat, to catch up to the cat. So, like, as you come spinning out, you've got the cat wrapped in your arms and tumble right, like, head over heels into a giant kind of fern.
Oh.
Immediately touch something. Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Thank
went
God
next?
this harmless fern broke
Ja-
my fall.
Jax
Yeah.
was coming down next, and he's like hooting and hollering the whole way down of just
Oh, yeah.
joyous
I hear
happiness.
that. I stand up and I move the fuck out of the way.
Yes.
He's just
Good
like,
plan.
yeah, ooh.
Good plan.
I scramble away with the cat. The cat
Yes.
yowls. It's across the room. We are running.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you go like diving out of the way. Jax, like, feet first or head first?
I dived, so head first. I was
Head
like,
first.
God.
You
Oh my
come
God.
shooting out, and you can see the exit to this tunnel yourself, kinder being the first one out. You see Jax just head first swan dive from the side of the wall, maybe 12 feet up, rolls along a super thick mossy bed and directly into the same, like, patch of ferns that you initially were in as well.
I'm gonna look at Jax. I'm gonna go, was that number 4?
5.
Did you jump off a cliff in between when I saw you jump off a cliff and now?
I'll never tell my secrets. And then he stands up
my
and he
God.
does like the Olympic thing where he's like, yeah. And then it's like,
Which would be right in time for Kale to come flying at you. You know what's coming
Can
up
I
at
make
you.
a roll
Yeah.
to land like a professional?
Yeah, you knew what was coming. You've been
Yes.
down these before.
Oh, yes.
So
I'm like
a-
sitting half up, bracing my feet, and I've got the hooded lantern like wrapped in my arms. My backpack is on. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
No one told me anything.
Might task difficulty of
Hell yes.
4, so that is a 12 or
Okay.
better.
Well, good luck.
Can I use my
believe in you.
climbing on this? Because I am skilled as a climber.
Yeah.
Climbing's
I
kind of like
will
the same as falling.
Well, no,
Just
I will
Basically.
say yes because you know enough about like the rock face to
The mole
be able to
tunnels.
slow
Yeah.
yourself down on the way.
All right.
So you're not going
So I
quite
need
as
a
high
9.
speed. Yeah. Yeah. So you're not going quite as high
believe you.
speed.
If-
What? What?
Nat 20.
God, what
Nat
Nice.
20.
Oh my God.
So
nice.
You!
yeah.
I'll do a
so,
backflip.
Yeah. So you come flying out the
Do a
wall.
backflip.
Apparently, you do a backflip and you just kind of land like 10-point
a force
landing.
roll.
right
Teapot.
right in front of Jax, like this far away.
Yes.
Jax looks at you and is just like, yeah.
Dribble the
Respect.
bowling ball! Hit him!
Welcome to the deeps.
Wait.
Um,
I think
and
we have
then
one
Sybil
more.
comes screaming.
Step out of the
down
way.
Absolutely screaming. It is now the dark. And she has no idea where anyone else is.
Jax, do you try and catch Sybil or
I will.
okay? I'm like, do you dodge? Do you try and catch her?
I will help this poor girl.
I didn't realize it was a drop. No one told me anything. I didn't realize it was a
We just-
slide. I
We
thought
just
it was
jumped
just
into a hole in the
way.
wall.
You said okay.
Okay,
That's the way it
let's
happens.
go. So yeah, you go flying through. Let's go ahead and have a difficulty 5.
Supported.
Might check to try and catch a fully
I'm
grown
keep-
human
I'm gonna put effort
flying at
into
you.
this. I'm gonna put effort
Flying
into
at
this.
you. Yes.
Literally.
And that spins pool, right?
Yes. It spends 2 from your pool because I believe you have a might edge.
Yes, I do indeed.
All right, so it spends 2 from your might pool. So yeah, again, fully grown human flying out of the wall from 10 feet up.
that
Wrestling.
Screaming the whole time.
so
Please tell me it wasn't that one.
that's an 11, which I
Okay.
believe is just one under what I was supposed.
Well, yeah, because it would have dropped it to a 4, so you needed a 12.
No.
So you are there. You are positioned. You are collided into. Each of you take
Love it.
1 might damage. If
Oh my
Sybil
God.
had managed to land on the soft, spongy material that is there for a reason, they would have been uninjured.
You
That
said
would
2
have been
points.
perfect.
You said 2
Perfect.
or 1.
Each of you take 1.
But you landed on an entire man.
Yeah.
I was like colliding with a brick wall at 90 miles an hour.
Well, he was
Just like,
trying.
what
He was
happens?
trying to catch you, but it was more of a he got hit and both of you went down.
Ow. I thought that was gonna go. It went better in my head. I thought I was just gonna catch you, and you'd have been all right. You wouldn't have to tumble. Oh gosh.
Thank you for trying. That hurts so bad.
No,
Oh
no,
my God.
you're okay. Just walk it off. Ow.
Okay. You're so sturdy.
So
I
solid.
know, right? And then he starts
So very
flexing.
Hey, you
You're so
two.
solid.
Okay.
The way I'm built,
Yeah.
gotta
Okay,
be
you two.
to fight
We're in
bears.
it.
To fight bears.
Right.
So you are in
I'm
a
built different.
large cave. at least half of which is overgrown with moss and ferns and various, like, it's not called fungus, starts with
Lichen.
an S. Lichen, yeah. Why do I always think it's called, or it starts with an S? But yeah, lichen. I have brain that has thoughts, and occasionally they work. But yeah, so moss and ferns and lichen, and if you look up, because you can see. No, Kale, you are expecting this. If you look up, there are strings hanging from the ceiling, maybe 30 feet above you. And they are all glowing a faint, faint blue.
Yeah. That's just your standard mole's lights. As you do.
Not quite.
Oh, these are new.
They are worms.
Oh, yeah, they're the cave worms.
They're a type of
We
worm.
encourage them to grow here so we can see.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, masks on, everybody. This is definitely a contamination zone.
Yeah, it's
Putting on mask.
yeah.
Another mask.
It's a gorgeous effect, but it is definitely different than most of you are expecting. I'm actually going to drop a screenshot of it into
fancy.
our chat so that you guys
Fancy.
can see what it looks
I wanna
like.
see
If I can get to it, there we go.
In our pictures.
Okay, there's that, and then there's the Discord. Images.
I believe in
Right.
us.
I'm so excited.
I'm-
See
Oh, pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like these kind of
Oh, yeah, that's
tealish
cool.
blue strings of light just hanging from the rough cave ceiling, just illuminating it just slightly, so you guys can see for the most part, which allows you to be like, okay, yeah, there's like actual plant life here.
This is like Castle in the Sky. I'm so happy.
Um,
Excellent. Excellent.
yeah.
I asked for Studio Ghibli and I'm getting what I want.
Yeah,
Good.
you are. But yeah, so strapping on the masks, and these are like slightly compacted leather and hardened leather, tanned hide, and bits of sinew molded together to create a kind of one-sided organic filter type mask, like the type that you would really see in like construction or dealing with hazardous materials. You got some simple ones instead of some of the fancier and exaggerated designs that occasionally can be used as fashion down here as well. Looking around, the cavern is fairly large, but there is an obvious path through the quote-unquote greenery, the foliage, that would lead you out into one of the lower levels of Deep View.
Right.
This doesn't
Well,
seem
we're down
so-
here. We don't have any supplies other than what little water I have. If we get lost, we'll starve very easily. And there's a deadly
Hey.
contamination everywhere, so
Kale,
try not
hey,
to touch things.
There's one good thing. Your cat is safe.
That's not my cat.
Okay. I pet the cat, who still I don't think has a name. I think it changes from Daisy to yeah. There.
Or an owner.
There.
Yeah.
No cat,
It's-
no owner. Someone will name you one day.
It flicks a very fluffy tail and just stares at you judgingly, Kale.
Good. I'm going to stare back at it, and then I've been this entire time sort of nervously rubbing at my gloves. I've been wearing these thick black leather gloves the entire time. And I'm rubbing at the patch on my hand that Evie knows about.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gotten worse lately.
Did you want to check?
I
front of
do,
everyone?
in fact.
So
I
just
will-
in front of everyone?
Yeah. I'm going
Okay.
to, as I'm adjusting my backpack and getting some stuff out, I am going to take off one of the gloves.
Okay.
And yeah, and just double check what's happening.
What's
Ah,
your deal?
So just make a base D20 roll.
Okay.
What?
No.
What?
Good or
Who
bad?
wants to guess what I rolled?
A
Is it
nat
a
one.
nine?
3.
Three.
Three.
Three club,
Fucking
three club,
three.
three club.
We're being cursed.
Yep.
Oh my
It's a 3.
fuck. Oh my fuck.
Have we all rolled a 3 now? Is that a thing?
No, I have not rolled a 3 yet.
Kale, we're in this
You got to.
together. You
Oh,
and me,
no.
all the way. You've joined the
So-
3s and 4s club.
It has spread.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it's not necessarily that it's like scaly and rough, but the texture has also changed just slightly.
Oh no. Before it was just green skin, and now it's
Yeah,
weird.
there's just a little bit of that kind of pebbled look to the skin.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Kale is like staring off at the darkness, adjusts their backpack and is like,
Yeah.
I suppose we've already been exposed. And then they take off their glove, and their hand has this like green tinge to it.
That's new?
It's like
Oh,
it's like me, but
that's-
with green instead.
No, that's worse. That's
Has-
worse
What
than
is it? What is it supposed to look like?
normal skin, not green.
That looks worse. Worse than what?
I have not been back below or even to Deep View for years. But few weeks ago, I noticed this green patch on my hand. And I thought perhaps at first that it might have been an illness, maybe gangrene. I was very much hoping I would not lose my fingers.
Your first thought was gangrene.
And I don't want to lose my fingers, so I'll just put
No.
on a glove.
Yes.
So I'll just ignore it.
It'll hold
Sure.
in there, you know. It'll
How
keep
long
'em-
does my gangrene? How long does gangrene last in a glove? Just want to know. A few weeks? Is it a day?
It's good.
Before the blood poisoning sets in.
Yeah.
But whatever is happening all over the city. And I think this is proof.
Is that
I'm gonna
is it worsened
it's
since we've
already 2 weeks.
take off the other glove and just like I don't want to see, but that one bad too.
Not quite as bad.
Good. Okay.
So it's not
Kale's
symmetrical at least.
Kale's hands are shaking.
Yeah.
Jax looks at his arms.
They are blue.
Okay, where I'm it's okay.
Right.
Finn.
Doesn't happen to me yet.
Yeah, they are blue.
So this is bad.
As they should be.
We need to get out of here.
May I see your hand?
Very, very tentatively handed across to you.
I think it's like a very polite like bow and then sort of takes it and looks at it. Can I divine anything? Does it look like a rash? Something that spreads? Is it some kind of glowy mold that they just happen to have? You know, like a mold. Molds can glow.
Sometimes a mold.
Yeah, it's skin. But go ahead and make a health check. DC
Don't roll a 3.
5,
Roll a 3.
which brings it
Roll-
down
Oh.
to 12 because of your healing.
Roll a 3.
In fact, what are your skills?
According to the dice, nothing.
This is your
Mine's-
thing.
Yeah.
Pleasant social interaction, healing, and botany.
Okay. Don't you have things from your background and profession because you deal with animals?
Oh no. I don't like that
should.
that's relevant.
I do. I have a power I have control over beasts. I can talk to animals and they listen to me.
Well, we'll call that a familiarity with animals, even if you don't have
Yeah,
it written down as a skill.
I vibe with fauna.
So that brings it from a 5 down to a 3.
Why? Why? Why?
What was your roll? Because so that brings it to a 9 total. A need for a 9. Did you roll another fucking 3? Did you roll another fucking 3? It looks. It is definitely a part of their skin. It is a part of their skin. It is not something growing on their skin.
I'm begging you. Let me roll one more time, Evie. Please.
Last one.
Pick a different D20.
What the fuck? Do you want me to roll? Do you want me to roll for you?
No, I need to prove that I can.
Okay.
If not to you, to me.
Okay.
The world.
We're starting a GoFundMe for Fleet. We're gonna send them a
Holy shit.
You need a
new
better
set of
die.
dice.
New set of
What
dice.
the fuck?
If you would like to help, Venmo them $3.
Please don't send me money. It's just gonna make things worse. Please don't
All
send
across
me
this
money.
nation, there are dice
This is-
rolling only.
I like how you
threes.
chose
I am
$3.
going-
Help.
Yeah, I'm going to name this particular episode "Cursed Odds."
I
Love
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Good.
This
Do
is
it.
the
You got
first die. This is the first die I ever bought.
Okay.
I believe you.
okay.
Come on.
I
Okay.
believe in you.
Come on,
Cursed.
goodbye.
You're cursed if you get a
Good
3
vibes.
on that one.
I
You're
believe
just
in you.
proper cursed.
It's an 11.
Nice.
Okay. That's good enough.
Passable.
It is indeed their skin, just like Jax's skin is blue. It is indeed their skin. The odd texture to it, and you see like a slight receding of the nail bed, indicating that something's happening to the nails. Even
Oh no.
I'm going to
It's
look at that and
kind of reptilian.
Oh no.
Oh. Do you have crocodile in your family?
What?
How
I'm
about
like, snatch my
alligator?
hand back.
No. Bring it back. Bring it back.
No.
Maybe you
Go to
haven't
bed.
heard from them in a while.
Look at your skin.
Nope. I
Look
definitely
at it.
like not to. Nope.
Kale, I'm going
Nope.
to hold out my hand. I'm just going to kind of put my hands on their shoulders. And I'm going to hesitate before I do to almost ask permission to touch them.
They
going
don't
to-
resist, but they are like nervously rubbing their hand and trying to ignore the feeling.
If there's one thing Kale, that Kinder knows how to do, it's to talk down a nervous horse. So
Yep.
Kale is very much a nervous horse.
I'm just going to hold your shoulders. Kale, look at me. It is going to get worse whether you look at it or not. Looking at it will not make it worse, but it will make it real. And that's okay to be scared of. But you need to look, because if you don't, we can't help this. We can't figure out what's going on, okay?
Right.
May I show you what's happening to your body?
Please. And you're a doctor,
In a way.
Yeah. in a way. Do you think there's a cure for this?
I don't know unless we work on this together. I'm going to need more time. May I take a look?
Yes. I think if there is a cure anywhere, it will be found down here in the tunnels. Where
then.
all of this strangeness is coming from.
You said it started as a small rash?
Yes.
It's almost, the skin is almost like a psoriasis, but more deep. It reminds me of lizard skin, and so are the way that the nails are embedded. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to find a cure for this, or the source of it, and figure out what's going on. Because whatever's happening, it's animal related. And it is my deepest pleasure
Oh,
if
no,
you become an
no.
animal
no,
to be your doctor.
No, thank you. No.
The pleasure of
God,
my
we
life
must
to
find
be
a
your
cure.
doctor. Because I can now. I can. You're technically part animal.
No, definitely not. No.
All right. I have some things I'd like to. Do you need a nail clipper? Sometimes lizards need their nails clipped. It's
No,
very nice.
No, I'm not listening to this.
And you're gonna
This
walk.
is
Do
not
you,
happening.
do you keep going?
Yes.
I'm trying to chase you deeper with my words.
Like
Uh,
fingers in my ears.
Guess we're
Jackson
going.
Sybil. You witnessed all
Do you
of
feel like
this.
this might have been a bad idea? No?
No,
Okay.
no, I think it's fine.
We should probably catch up then.
Yeah.
All right.
Start
After
following.
you.
No, I'm not listening. Yeah.
So I just like head off into the caves.
I will
Yeah,
say,
my dad.
Jax's demeanor kind of changes when we got down in here. He was very much talking like he was excited to be here, but he actually, when as soon as we got in here and as soon as we started moving, he turned into this very like intense, like seriousness on his face, and he's looking around and he's watching everything. He's trying to be very aware of what's going on around us as we travel through this place. He doesn't talk as much as he was before. He does say some things, and it does seem like he's still joyous and everything, but he is rather serious at the moment.
Like you're on the game. You're on the hunt.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so with that, I think that is a great spot for us to end the session in.
Good.
Because it is now about that time. So,
Also, congrats, Kinder, on getting Kale over their fear of caves, but replacing it with a much greater fear.
oh yeah.
You're turning into a
Do
lizard.
it, baby.
Nope,
Oh, yeah.
I got snake hands. I hate it.
Oh yeah.
We'll be your
You have
doctor.
snakes. Which
See you later,
I
alligator.
also gifted you guys with another image and images and notes for an
Yeah.
example of the
Let's see.
texture that's going on right now.
Oh
Love it.
no!
Oh.
Love it.
You,
I'm here for it.
Kale, you'd make a great purse.
I don't know if anyone can see this, but
You
it's
can
very
make it.
scaly.
You will make a great purse, baby.
No.
Oh,
Love
Kale,
so
if
we're in
you
the
turn
bullying
into-
stage? Okay.
Well,
Yes,
if Kale,
correct.
no, we're in
I'm
the
the bargaining
cursing stage.
stage.
Because if Kale turns into a little lizard, you can live in my backpack with the cat, and I will make you a saddle
what?
on which you can ride the cat.
Like it would just turn into a giant lizard.
No, I'm not riding anyone. This isn't happening.
Would you be able to change size?
Whew, okay.
Wait, so you're actually turning into a lizard? Okay.
No, that's fine.
Someone,
That's
if
fine.
someone cut off their hand, would it grow back?
We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. But anyway,
I'm not saying that. I just got snake hands. That's fine.
Yeah, totally okay.
Completely fine.
Famously, an arm having or a hand having species. Snakes.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway.
Stupid.
So yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this interesting session. You have gotten further along in your plot. But yes, so we will see chat next time in approximately 2 weeks. Let's go in reverse order this time. Jax, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Extel. I've been playing Jax, who's I love him so much. He's wild and he's a great time. You can catch me on Twitter at Extro the King. Wednesday nights I run a vampire game on Take Your Roll called Blood Tax. It's a very fun time, and they have gotten into some really fun trouble lately. So you come by and watch that. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. Come back here 2 weeks from now to see what happens. This is gonna be great.
Awesome. Alina, who is
Hey,
also
everybody.
our character
I am
artist.
Alina Pete. Hey, I did the art here. If you want to check out more, you can check it out at alinapete.com or at weregeek.com, which is my comic about playing games like this. You can also check me out this Friday on my own channel, twitch.tv/weregeekcomics. I will be playing Trash Heroes, where we play a group of dumbasses who literally climbed out of a trash heap and are off to cause problems.
Fleet, I believe you are next in line.
Hey everybody, my name is Fleet Dietrich. You can find me at fleet_Dietrich or fleetdietrich.com. I am about to, on the 1st of February, start a fundraiser for my first solo journaling game, My Mother's Kitchen, where you play as a ghost trapped inside of a recipe book, and only cooking can set you free. If you're curious about what that looks like, you can find that on my Twitch page Fleetwood Flack, and you can take a look. There's also some cool demos I have out, so you can try it for yourself. That's the big thing I have going on. I also just downed this plant protein, so I feel like a god.
Good.
Solid.
Good.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the link again to drop in chat. But yes, definitely
I don't
go.
have it offhand.
It's okay. We will reshare it again later. But yeah, definitely go check that out. It is super cool. I've watched a couple of streams of it, and it is fabulous. Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie. I was saying how excited I was about the solo journaling game because I love a good solo journaling game. You can find me on Twitter at @ThorMagnarok. I have weird things going on all the time, but I don't actually think I'm in any other games right now. So catch me here in 2 weeks.
We should do a drawing thing sometime.
We should do a drawing thing sometime.
We should do a
That
drawing
may come
thing.
back.
Be fun. Be cool.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Very cool. I have also dropped a couple of our ways to contact / find us online for the various things that we do into chat. I am Evie, the Disaster GM. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram or Hive, etc., in a variety of fashions. I am one of the directors of Altered Echo Archives, GM of this fine game with these lovely players, and announcement that I did miss a little earlier, Into the Fog has gone on hiatus due to us or a couple of the players and myself being uncomfortable with Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons. So we are looking to shift systems, which takes a little bit of time, but we will announce when that looks like it is coming back. So it is not ended, but it's just on a break. But yes, so I had so much fun tonight, loving this game, loving this group. You guys are absolutely wonderful, have so much fun. And I guess that means that we will just see you guys next time. Everybody go.
Bye.
Bye,
All right.
y'all.